Okay, that sucks. I have to turn off screen mirroring. Ah, that's what I thought. I thought Ethan was Ethan Thoughts, but I get Ethan and Ethan GD Ethan confused. Give me one quick sec. How is this for mic? It's pretty distinct relative to my audio, but let me know how it is on your side. Ethan is live. Let's get Ethan in here and set up. Hopefully Ethan will hop in chat soon. Get all of Ethan Cam in here. Can I boost myself a bit more? This is as boosted as I can go. I can also try and just remember to talk generally louder. I've got my music down 30 decibels, so hopefully should be alright. Ethan asking the age-old question of same pieces. Alright, there is your seed. It is 83301 Bravo. And Richard has higher PB, so they will have first level select in this bronze matchup. Choices, in case you've forgotten, are 12, 15, and 18, with 18 being vetoable. Richard issuing an 18 unless vetoed. Is this set 2? Have y'all already played? Give me 1 sec. Sorry, give me 1 second. Let me quickly glance at the scoreboard and... Okay, yeah, sure enough. This is level select. So Ethan... I'll need to remind myself that this is only 1 seed. Or, sorry, 1 set. And then Ethan starting on 12. Both players ready. Let's count us down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Both players off. Ooh, oh, let me fix Ethan's stencil real quick, lest I forget. Richard, shout out to you for having been on stencil. Ethan, of course, no dig at you. Speaking of digging though, both players having to do quite a bit of digging in this early game. Ethan currently 23, Richard 18. Tetris for Richard. Ethan trying to get set up here. Ethan, Lombard will give them a triple and get the board burned down. 31 playing 35 right now. Richard set up on the right. Awkward hang of a J. Built a Tetris around it, needing a Lombard, needs the well open. Burnt a bit too much of it away, but we'll get the triple and we'll get the well open. Ethan at 55, Richard 43. Ethan 14 lines in time ahead relative to Richard. Richard set up, needing a Lombard. Tetris for Richard goes to 66. Ethan with a dicey board at 59. Able to get the Lombard over. Still able to work with this. Tetris Richard up to 81. Ethan sitting 64, doesn't get the L all the way over. That will do it for Ethan at 64. Richard is good at 82 for game number 1. GG's, well played. Very well-timed ad for Ethan there. Speaking of ads, how am I doing on my side for ads? Richard ready on an 18 start. I'm gonna let the ad for Ethan play out. 47 seconds still in the ad, so apologies. Ready after revenue. That should be a thing for Tetris. Of just, yeah, I'm ready after the ad break. Quickly checking my ad manager to make sure that I'm not gonna run into one anytime soon. I will have an ad in 19 minutes, but I can deal with that later. PvP Tetris is Ethan's full-time job now. Honestly, with the way the job market's going, I don't blame you. I think I ran into a ad from Richard there, but it's over in 5 seconds, so. Alright, but we are out of ads on both players. Let's kick things off in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Both players off here. Ethan ahead by pushdown points. Ethan the first to bank a Tetris. Richard following suit. Richard set up right as the Lombard comes. 2 Tetrises now for them. Ethan trying to get set up again. Could potentially be going dirty. Couple of awkward shiftings here for Ethan. Ethan gonna throw this at 26. Richard at 46. Good for game 2 here. Ethan with level select. Alright, both players ready. Let's count them down for this game. Number 3 and potential set point for Richard in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Both players off. Ethan off to a pushdown points lead again. Ethan set up, needing a Lombard now. Lombard appearing to take its time to get here. Ethan at 666. Lombard finally coming for Ethan, banking the first Tetris of the match. Richard set up, also needing the same Lombards. Having to cover the wall right as one comes. Getting it quickly uncovered though. Able to bank Tetris number 1 on his side. 19 playing 50,000 right now. Tetris Ethan up to 66 right now. Richard set up as well. Tetris Ethan up to 82. Richard's still waiting on a Lombard. Lombard coming for Richard. Banking a Tetris up to 55. Ethan 98 right now, but now is 9 lines ahead in the future. Gambled on the parity there for that LJ dependency and gambled wrong, but both players banking Tetrises. $115 playing 86 here. Both players round about the 1/3 mark in 12 to give you some rather unconventional time measurements. Ethan a couple of hangs here. Couldn't get a square double tuck due to Das's capabilities on 12. Tetris for Richard, 104. Ethan, 122. Tetris Ethan goes to 138. Ethan trying to maintain and stay alive here. Both players banking Tetrises again. Tetris for Richard up to 135. Ethan sitting at 170. Richard L dependent. We'll fill it in with an I. Has to create a hole in row 4, so a long bar will only be worth a triple unless he can get the hole uncovered. Meanwhile, Ethan able to bank down Tetrises up to 203. Richard sitting 138. Ethan about 20 lines from the 15 speeds transition. Is set up for another Tetris. Richard still, unfortunately, not Tetris ready. Another Tetris for Ethan here. Ethan really cooking here at 265. 120,000 point lead. Richard, though, 40 lines until transition. Ethan, meanwhile, on the brink of 15 speeds. Richard is so far just coasting. Ethan, one more Tetris capable before transition. We'll get set up. We'll transition at 313. Richard, still one whole quarter of 12 left, as far as runway goes. Ethan set up nice and moderately high, gets the Tetris. Richard still not able to make much happen here, sitting at 172. Ethan, well open, getting a long bar, going up to 349. Ethan is absolutely cooking right now. 12 lines until the 18 speeds transition. Decided to cover up the dependency right as the appropriate piece came. Has an I dependency in column 5. Shifted it over to column 3. Got a good L tuck. Can't get the T piece over. And we'll top at 372. Richard, 373 is your chase down. Thank you, Ethan, for putting it in chat. Much appreciated. Richard's currently sitting at 185. Getting a Tetris. Finally able to get things going the way that he wants. Wanting something to get column 9 situated. That L burn will do it. Some good 12 pace indeed. Gets another Tetris, goes to 220. I can't quite remember off the top of my head how well Richard plays in higher levels, but should be exciting to see nonetheless. And of course is allowed a Mullen per game if so desired. Well, I should specify a Mullen per match to start using more appropriate terminology. I gotta stop throwing around differences between game set and match. Decided not to go for a double there. Set up, able to get things burned down. Good adjustment there for the US. Gets the well open for another Tetris. Still over a 100k chase down going into the 18 speeds transition, but still coasting. Goes into 18 speeds at 286. Banking a quick Tetris, going to 306. 65 or so still to chase down. Gets set up, gets a Tetris, 334. Still 13 lines. Has to cover the well. Has to create some holes, but is able to work around them. Onto 18. Getting the well open just in time. That Tetris won't quite do it, but the next one will. Richard good for game number 3. Taking a handy sweep. Ethan still very well played. Richard, feel free to play this out if you would like. All good, no worries. It looks like I may be vulturing another stream. This guy's restreaming at 7. I can get winner. Richard topping out at 401, but yeah, GG's. That was indeed a very tough one. What time is it currently? Alrighty, I am gonna quick report this and then I think get some quick rest before I take Winter and Taco Mom, but I'm gonna get off of here real quick. Thanks to the both of you for good streams.